Hi guys, basically if you've been following me on Instagram for a longer time than on YouTube, then you probably noticed that a year and a half ago I started posting some pictures of, well, this cool case. It's the LOUQE Ghost S1 Mk.II. Well, actually back then it was Mk.I, so just standard prototype that they were doing, and then they started the Kickstarter. And year and a half, here we have a finished product. Now here in this box we have a case. Just kidding, guys. So this is it. This is the LOUQE Ghost S1 Mk.II case from Sweden, and I have to say I'm really impressed. Finally we have it here. Well, I'm impressed, okay, let's put it that, but I'm also really excited to have it here, and I'm going to build my first Mini-ITX or small form factor build in this little thing. Now, as you can see, it's pretty slick, very elegant. I really like the design and the looks, just perfect. Now, the one thing I have to say is, look at all these parts right here. I mean, these parts here, there are top hats, there are grills, there are brackets, everything, but we'll get to that part. First, let's start with the LOUQE Ghost S1 Mk.II. Now, all the side panels and top and bottom panels have ventilation holes, so it's a good way to start cooling. But for instance, the top grill, the top part of the case, you just pull it out because it's held magnetically to the case, so no screws. But I have to mention, this was specially sent to me with this copper grill top part. Usually if you order the ash color as this one, you get the ash top part as well, with this small thingy that you pull out from the top. Now, talking about the side panels, as you can see, they're very easy to remove. If you want, and I would suggest to hold them even more properly, you put 2 screws right at the bottom when you turn around the case, so 4 screws at the bottom to hold everything together. This is the ventilation side panel, the holes for the ventilation. As you can see, you have loads of them and definitely have no problem with the airflow, but we will check that out definitely later on. Now, talking about this part right here, you have a decent amount of space for your graphic card, even though I have to say RTX 2070 armor from MSI can't fit because it goes outside of the borders for millimeter or 2mm, something like that. So basically if they place it a bit wider, it would definitely fit, but usually it's only for 2 PCI slots graphic card, not those that take out the 2.5, 3, even 3.5 PCI slots. This one should be like something like strict graphic card. Talking about connecting graphic card, you already get the LOUQE PCI riser that is already connected here at the bottom and is already bent directly for the Mini-ITX board. So basically you just need to click and that's it. No fuss, no problem whatsoever. Talking about the power supply, you have here space for the SFF power supply or SFX or whatever you want to call them, and since the power supply socket is at the back, they placed a cable here that you could connect directly to your power supply, and that's it. I mean, very nicely designed. Now, talking about the other components, because you do need other components. The motherboard is Mini-ITX. As you can see, you can place it right here, 4 screws as usual, connect the PCI riser, and then we'll get to the question for the distance from the motherboard and the CPU to the side panel. Basically you have 66mm clearance from the CPU to the panel, to the side panel, which is quite alright, because then you can use the, for instance, Mk.II NH-L965, which I'm going to use for the CPU, since it's 65mm and the clearance is 66, so just enough space to place it in nicely, put the side panel, no worries at all. Here I'm going to put the Seasonic Focus SGX 650 watts. I'm going to have some nice cables as well. But next to that, what's up with the case? You've seen all of these parts and everything, and what's up with them? So for instance, let me just put this back because I'll need it for, let's say, stability, since I'm not going to attach everything directly. So for instance, you want to place SSDs or maybe some thin fans like I'm going to do. Then you take this bracket. You have a special bracket for the 2.5 inch SSDs. Talking about the brackets for the 2.5 inch SSDs, we have one here at the bottom beneath the power supply. So cool. And you place it here at the top, magnetically attached. You could attach it with the screws, but there's certainly no need since there's more work here. You can place, for instance, two 120mm fans. You can get separately the brackets for the 2.5 SSDs, but to be honest, if you're going with the Mini-ITX build, you're more aiming to the M.II SSDs. But okay, let's go with the fans nevertheless. So you take the small top hat, you place it here, you tie it up here at the bottom because then you will tie up the bracket as well. You put the side one, and since I didn't tie it up, you can just put the rest of the top hats, the small top hats, and then place the grill at the top. Now I have different colors here just for you guys to see the difference in the sizes, so it gets more effective for you guys to notice it. So basically with these small ones you could place thinner fans and the 2.5 inch SSDs. Now if you for instance want to place 2.5 centimeter fans like usual 12 centimeter fans, then you will go with the medium top hat. Now you could also place the hard drives because you can see it's enough space, or again you can add more SSDs or just the standard fans. So basically this is it, you place it like so. Again you can see the difference, it's higher for a couple of, it's higher for about 5 to 6 millimeters, but still it is enough for 2.5 centimeter fans. Now next to that you'll be probably wondering, okay, can it fit water cooling? And basically lately every single case that comes out, the main question is, can it fit an all-in-one, can it fit some custom loop or something like that? This one can, and yeah, without a problem. I mean, this is the large top hat. As you can see the difference, it takes out loads of space from the case. As you can see from the color difference, it takes up 1/3 of the case, I would say, something like that. And you could place here 240 millimeter radiator and two 120 millimeter fans. You can nicely reroute the pipes, and you can easily put the CPU tower block for the all-in-one here at where it has to go, of course. Now the distance of the clearance for the CPU and the side panel is the same, so there's no philosophy in this one. Basically it's very modular. You could actually place the top hats at the bottom, rise it up, put fans at the bottom, make a chimney effect or something like that, which is kind of a plan for me to place them on top or at the bottom. I don't know, I'm still thinking about it, to be honest, but you'll see some tests definitely. And when I'm talking about the tests, I'm going to place Mk.II NHL965 CPU tower cooler on the processor. We're going to place here the Z390 MPG Carbon Edge AC motherboard. I'm also going to have the MSI GeForce GTX 1660 Ti Ventus XS and Seasonic Focus SGX 650 watts gold power supply as well. There are going to be some SSDs, but you'll see that later on, because I'll do a separate video testing the CPU tower cooler, testing the temperatures for the graphic card, for the processors, without the top fans, because I'll be adding 2 more Mk.II fans, and a separate video for the power supply so you know how to place it and everything that is to it. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to check the links below for the LOUQE Ghost S1 Mk.II. I'll put the social media profiles of LOUQE as well at the description. And don't forget, of course, to click the like and subscribe button so you don't miss these future videos about the testing and all the other components that are going inside this beautiful small case. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.